Hello, my name is Brian Collett. I serve as METSS Corporation's Managing Director. I am the Principal Investigator of SBIR topic N181034. The official title of this project is Surface Ship Fat Line Towed Array Cut Resistant Vibration Isolation Module VIM hose. I'll give you a couple of seconds to absorb my voice. So our company, METSS. METSS is an acronym that stands for Materials Engineering Technical Support Services. We began in 1994, so for 25 years, METSS has been primarily aimed at executing SBIRs. But before I jump into the cut-resistant vibration isolation module hoses, there's one SBIR I'm especially proud of. You can see the photographs at the bottom right of the slide. In 2004, the Navy published an SBIR topic N04160. The title is Synthetic Lubricating and Hydraulic Oil for Motion Control Steam Turbines and Gears, military symbol 2190 TEP replacement. Say that twice, right? So in a nutshell, the Navy was seeking a synthetic oil replacement for its long-standing petroleum-based product, and it was primarily aimed for submarines. You might ask why. So synthetic oil lasts longer. It saves a lot of money, especially over the long run, especially in terms of preventative and corrective maintenance. So like I said, in 2004, we launched into this R&D project. 12 years of lots of approvals, testing, and several key supporters at NAVSEA who believed in the objective, the approach, believed in METSS. We were able to successfully transition this technology aboard the first Los Angeles class fast attack submarine in 2016. So since then, METSS was able to achieve the coveted SBIR success story. We have been awarded more than 50 Phase 3 contracts, and of course we enjoy the sole source producer for this project. So cheers to the SBIR data rights protection. Navy challenge, operational need. In other words, why are we doing this? It's important to understand that towed array systems are mission critical. Simply put, towed arrays are long cables. They're pulled behind ships and submarines simply to listen. They determine who's out there. Is it a friend? Is it a foe? They're highly critical to submarines, especially in this business, to remain undetected. So the vibration isolation module is part of the array that's integrated between the long tow cable and the listening devices that reside at the tail end of the towed array. The VIM's job is to act as the shock absorber, to intercept the unimportant noises attributed, for example, to when the ship changes speeds. And it's all about listening. It's all about potential threats, identifying them, and garnering signal intelligence. The problem is that the ocean contains a substantial amount of debris. Derelict longline fishing tackle contains thousands of sharp fish hooks, among other sharp surface and subsurface objects that can compromise the integrity of the VIM hose, but also the entire body of the towed array system. That's a solution. So key was not reinventing the wheel. Our approach was to focus on the existing hose or the VIM hose rubber formulation to improve the outer jacket, using fine treated particles to improve the resistance to cuts and abrasion, to increase the service life, ultimately to prevent failed sail conditions. Because a damaged towed array system can put the ship or submarine out of commission, whether it's at sea and it has to return to port or it never leaves the pier. if the VIM, or I'm sorry, if the towed array is damaged. Another key for the solution to this project was to establish key relationships, just not with the TPOC, but also all the stakeholders, the prime contractor, in this case, Lockheed Martin, and the Lockheed Martin subcontractor, HBD Thermoid, out of Salisbury, North Carolina, who physically makes VIM hoses. And what I mean by physically making these hoses, TB37 towed arrays, the VIM part, they're 40 feet in length. They're 3 inches in diameter, actually slightly less. 37 towed array systems utilize 2 VIM hoses that are connected in series. The construction of the hose is a multi-layered, treated, helically wound fabric that's sandwiched between 2 rubber layers. The tooling is highly specialized. The tolerances, the performance specifications are extremely tight. And here's the most important fact. VIM hoses are handmade. So the folks that build these mission critical hoses for towed arrays, and these people are skilled artists. So with all this stated, METSS recently submitted a scope modification that has nothing to do with improving the cut resistance of the VIM hose. And I will get to that in the next slide. Current R&D status. So listed is the major accomplishments that METSS has achieved. I'm not going to read them, but however, the twist in this project is that HBD Thermoid, the subcontractor, closed its doors in early 2020. So, let me say that again. Lockheed Martin subcontractor, the folks that I was just bragging about who make these handmade VIM hoses, shut their doors in early 2020. So that really threw a wrinkle into the project. So if there was ever a time to emphasize the importance of establishing relationships, with the SBIR, TPOC, the stakeholders, the prime contractor, heck, even the subcontractor, HBD Thermoid, was now or then or all the time. So backing up, in terms of the scope modification, that was all about bringing HBD Thermoid back into the VIM building business. You might ask, well, why did they close? Well, the short answer is money. VIM hose manufacturing pre-closure was just simply not profitable. So METSS and the Navy, we drafted a statement of work that went through several iterations to remedy the fact that the Navy essentially, actually had no ability to procure VIM hoses. So it's taken some time. The scope mod's taken its time, but it's days away from being awarded. So that's a good thing. But one important note to mention before the subcontractor shutdown was that several prototype VIM hoses were actually built. So advanced testing has continued to include, the vibration attenuation testing that physically occurs at Lockheed Martin. And then METSS does a ton of materials compatibility and mechanical testing. So benefits, simply put, reduce out of commissions due to damaged towed arrays. This is costly. It's costly in terms of repairs. It's costly in terms of, frankly, our national security. The long-term benefit is helping HBD Thermoid return to VIM hose manufacturing, with a business that's profitable and sustainable. Key is making automations where possible. Any type of innovation that can do that will help minimize the human factors. And then, relax tolerances where possible, while maintaining the performance specifications. Navy integration. This is high priority. The Navy needs the ability to procure VIM hoses. HBD Thermoid needs a business model that works. Ships and submarines need operational towed arrays. And METSS is committed to developing a material solution that can help, against, these small islands of fishing tackle floating around our oceans. areas of operation that pose a significant threat. Our goal. At this stage, I feel this is a summary of what I've been saying, but here goes. We need to expand the scope to bring HBD back into the hose manufacturing business, incorporate innovative processing methods. We need to document all the procedures, even if some of these steps involve the handmade layups. We need to position the collective team to make prototypes, that meet specifications. We also need to expand beyond the TB37 total race system to include the TB16, the TB29, 34, the thin line total ray, the fat line total rays, the whole gamut. Total rays, regardless of type, they all need vibration isolation modules to listen and identify friends and foes. Ideally, the goal, METSS would like to be the go-to material supplier for naval platforms that demand a deep understanding of material science. I mean, that's what we do. That's what we've been doing for 25 years. Technology transition. In my mind, the success of this project hinges on people. In terms of the Navy, IWS 5A, 5B, PMS 401, PMS 485. I know these champions as Rob, Margaret, Mike. Actually, there's two Mikes. Nick, Scott. There's actually two Scotts. Lou, Bob, Tom, Chuck, Charles, Rosemary, Sybil, Meg, Jack, Douglas, and Dean. These are the tribe of champions that make all this possible. And then there's the folks down at HBD Thermoid, the CEO Tom, Gavin, the materials guru, Mike and Chris, the VIM manufacturing artists, and then Ralph, who just runs the operations and is just a complete stud. Bottom line, it takes committed individuals to move the needle of an SBIR, and especially this SBIR. We are METSS. My name is Brian Collett. Please never hesitate to call my cell phone number. You'll note at the bottom where you see my name and the fact that I'm the managing director is the breast insignia for submariners. It so happens that between 1987 and 1993, I was part of the submarine force, serving aboard the USS Alaska SSBN 732. I was on the Gold Crew. I was enlisted, and I look back with some really fond memories because of the camaraderie. So, bottom line, whether it's submarine lubricating oil or total ray systems, I have a personal stake in this project and in all the projects involving the Navy. I feel I owe it to my Navy brothers and sisters that I push the best products possible, and the team that I lead is a bunch of killers that know how to do just that. And I appreciate your time for listening to this recording.